So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to change a V-brake. V-brakes are quite an old design of brake now, not as old as cantilevers obviously, because these came after cantilevers. But V-brakes are quite old and very underpowered compared to modern day V-brakes. Modern day disc brakes. Christ. But there are V-brakes, and then there are V-brakes. Back in the day, before disc brakes, Shimano were top of the line when it came to braking technology. And it's only really when disc brakes came along, they lost their entire dominance, because Hope really kicked ass from the very beginning when it came to disc brakes, but you know, that's a different story. As for V-brakes, what Shimano did was they took the just normal arm pivoting on a lever and they added a parallelogram. And parallelograms have been around like bloody ages. If you look at just any suspension design, a lot of them are parallelograms. So, Shimano incorporated that into their XTR group set. I can't remember what year it is, and I'm not going to look it up because it's not. This isn't a history lesson. It's a bit of an archaeological dig on this thing, but going for a full history lesson, that isn't moving. It's not even put on the other day. So, with the XTR group set, Shimano introduced a parallel push system, which is this little jobby here. This is an LX one, this is one of the lower down ones, but it's the one I have. So when you brake with a normal V-brake, it just does that. Pivots around this point here, just goes wah, wah, wah. This one, what it does is, as you brake, it actually moves the pad straight in to the rim, rather than it going wah, it goes boop, boop, boop. So it's better, obviously. This provided a lot more leverage than people were used to. In the XTR flavour, they were very, very, very light, fully serviceable, as these ones are actually. They've got the little grub screw in here you can take out and get some shims in and pack these out when they wear out. This one is really, really in good condition. It's been on the back of Liz's bike, sorry, on the front of Liz's bike for many years. But it's now going on the back because there's now a disc on the front. Which if you click another video, click on my profile thing, and you'll see that there's a video of me shortening the hose on it. Very easily, because shortening hoses is easy if you don't overthink it and panic. So, with these brakes, you want to put it in the middle spring hole. You don't need too much spring. They've got a lot of spring in the design. I should really clean this before I put it on, but I'm not going to, because it will only get dirty again, and it's our bikes. If this was a customer bike, it would be very different. Yes, Liz is technically a customer, but not in the traditional sense. Right, when I put the other one on the other side, I actually unhooked the spring. You can see it moving that. I've unhooked the spring just to make it a little bit easier to get in, because the pin can sometimes fight you a little if it isn't attention. But we're good. Now these did come with some very nice fancy schmancy bolts that sit in there. I don't think these are actually going to be long. No, they're long enough. But I don't have them. And these bolts work just fine. Well, they do. I have some slightly longer ones. I do, but they're horrible. Actually, I might need to put on the high tension side because they've hardly got any tension there. Let me just pop you off the tripod here. And you can see, as the pad approaches, just approaches perpendicular. And considering I just took this off the front, it's not badly lined up. But instead of the whole arm pivoting, and then the pad moving at an angle, it just moves straight in. Which is more like what a modern day disc brake does. In fact, it's exactly what a modern day disc brake does. Right, so I'm not worried about squeal. Neither's Liz. So we're just going to line that up on the rim. I'm going to get it nicely in line at the bottom. And then just nip it up. I always give it a little counter rotation, because sometimes the pad will fight you a little bit in turn. Let's just show you that positioning. You can see it just rests on the bottom. There's plenty of clearance at the top. It is towed slightly out. Should be towed in really, but like I said, I'm not really that worried. Let's get the other side done. Let's hit the tripod with the pedal. Same again, line it up. Look at the bottom. Push the arm in. Realise it's a little bit too low. Bring it up a little bit. Check the top. All gravy, give that little counter rotation and then nip. And just see if it does move. It didn't. Right. Next, I'm going to connect the cable. So, pop your cable into your doodle. Push your rubber bit all the way back. Loosen all the way, seeing that it's got a cabling cap on already. Tighten, 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 done. Right, pull it tight, realise there's no spring tension, and back it off a little bit. No spring tension whatsoever. So, on most bikes, most modern bikes, and this is not a modern bike, you would put it on the medium setting. But this is a very, very, very old bike. It might even have had, no, it wouldn't have had canties because you couldn't pop a canty on these forks. Right, let's just get that loose. Again, turn the spring, and I'm going to put it in the top spring hole. Yes. Just give it a tighten. Down. Brake not happy. Doesn't like being in that top hole. I had a feeling that might be the case, but hey, that's okay. We can always figure a way out of these things. I didn't want to just tighten the screws up all the way. That's not the proper way of doing things, but let's just wind the balance screw in. Okay, actually I've got more than enough tension now, so let's just wind that out a little bit. I don't know why I insist on doing things left-handed. I'm not left-handed. Do not insist on doing things so cramped up. Right, so that's now reconnected. it does work a little bit better, but it needs to be tightened up a heck of a lot. I'm almost tempted to say that the brake pads could have been respaced. Push them a little bit closer. So on V brake pads, you'll have these convex concave washer arrangements, and that's to allow the brake pad to tone it out and all over the place. One of them will be thicker than the other. As you can see, big one, thin one. On the front, needed the thin ones on the front, on the inside, but on the back, appears we need the thick ones. Let's just pop that back in, pop that back in, pop that in. Line it all up again. Line it all up nicely, because that wasn't nicely. Nib. Twist. Tighten. Happier. Just loosen that off a little bit more. You might be thinking, Jesus Christ, this guy's a bike mechanic. Yeah, I am. But this is me on a bad day. Very bad day. But we won't go into that. Much like the detailed history of cable activated disc brakes before Hope brought hope to the world and brought hydraulics. Okay, do you want to do? Okay. See, I don't know if he actually appeared on the screen then or not. I hear him. Moved. Moves a lot. All right. I'm not thrilled about this, to be honest, because it's just not happy. One of the problems with trying to put nice newer bits on a very old bike. There's some compatibility issues like that's not going to pull at all now. That feels horrible. Shocking. It's like really bad. It's not a great thing about being wrong is realising it, admitting it, and going back to what you did before. It's really not the end of the world. It looked like it'd be happier the other way around, but I was wrong. So for the third time, push it in, line it up. Make sure it's all nice and bobbing, which this isn't at the moment, but I'll make it nice in a second. Now, do 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 do. much prefer disc brakes. This frame had a disc mount. I definitely have a disc at the back. And before anybody decides to comment, not that anyone's going to comment because no one's watching this. If anyone decides to comment, well, you get one of those universal ones. No. They're dangerous. They are stupid. They are not quite illegal, but they should be. Right, let's pick all the bits off the floor. It's a very important step, picking all the bits off the floor. It's also why you should never do this in your kitchen, because there is a hidden force in your kitchen that you may not know about. It's called fridge suck. And whether it's a fridge or a freezer that does it, well, it's the same result. That little important part that you need, you dropped in your kitchen, will go underneath the big heavy white box that you can't move easily. As Joe Burt said. Is it Joe Burt? Joe Burt, mint sauce, whatever. As Joe Burt said, fridge suck is the most powerful force known to man. It's more powerful than a black hole. Right, let's see if this still feels like absolute garbage. No, it doesn't. Not absolute garbage. Probably set a bit tight. Only a very small amount of lever travel because Liz's hands are small, because Liz is small. Oh, where's my spokey? Where's my spokey? Oh, my spokey's in the other box. That's a good one. Oh, it's not. Yay! Have to say though, quarter return on one spoke. Let's get that to not rub. That's a lot easier than a disc brake. Pop that behind there, give it another few squeezes. Oh yeah. That's done. Let's give you a nice little, give that parallel push doing its parallel pushy thing. Boop, 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 boop. Trials riders loved these. These were an alternative to Maguras, but you know, nowhere near as powerful. Work in a very similar way to a Magura though, in the way that it just goes wah, wah with the pad. And as I said, very small amount of pull on there. So I don't want it to squish your fingers, and I still want it to be able to reach the brake lever, so there we go. Thanks for watching. I'm sure there'll be something else at some point. Take it easy.